Hey guys, I'm back with yet another video on Doom Eternal. This time I'll be going over some tips that will hopefully make your fight through hell a bit easier. If you haven't seen my videos on weapon mods and rune upgrades, check them out by using the links in the video description or using the links at the end of this video. Getting the right mods and upgrades is essential, so do watch them as they are as important or maybe even more important than the tips that I'll be providing here. Okay, these are the tips that I'll be talking about. Feel free to skip to whatever part of the video you think will be most useful if you've already seen these tips elsewhere. And as always, if you like the video, please leave a comment and subscribe if you enjoy the other videos as well. Okay, let's get started. Tip number 1, focus fire. Killing weak or fodder enemies is a complete waste of time during combat encounters unless you're getting some resources from them. Their attacks are usually slow and can be easily avoided by just running past them. They will continue to spawn throughout the entire fight because they are meant to be there to allow you to get your ammunition and health back during fights. So just focus on taking the weapons off heavy enemies by hitting their weak spots, then get rid of them by shooting them with your best weapons, and then loop back to get resources from fodder enemies. Always take out any weapons that you can first, since they can deal massive amounts of damage in seconds. Tip number 2, keep yourself mobile. Your second priority during almost every combat encounter is to keep yourself mobile. Combat arenas are designed to keep you constantly on the move, since the best way to stay alive is to avoid getting hit or getting surrounded by enemies. Try to find the fastest way across the map and the one that gets you the most amount of airtime. While you're in the air, you are extremely hard to hit and you can get a very good look at what enemy types you'll be facing to plan your next move. Don't worry about getting locked on by enemy missiles while you're in the air, because dashing will break the lock instantly. Number 3, weak spots and weapon weaknesses. Some of the enemies have pretty obvious weak spots or ways to trigger an instant kill. For example, lobbing a grenade in a cacodemon's mouth or shooting the turret off of an arachnotron. Many enemies, however, don't have obvious weaknesses, but the truth is there is always a best weapon to use against each enemy. Some will be weak to your plasma gun, others to your chain gun or rocket launcher. Try and experiment with each weapon once you face off a new enemy or one that you're struggling with to try and nail down which of them is most effective. Killing these tougher heavy units faster will dramatically improve your slaying experience. I'll be doing a complete guide on this on a later video, so hit the subscribe button if you want to make sure that you see that, or just remember to look for it in a couple of days. Tip number 4, getting more glory kills. Getting glory kills can be almost impossible if you're running around with a powerful weapon such as the rocket launcher or super shotgun. The best gun that you can use to weaken enemies without killing them is the heavy cannon. That should be your go-to gun whenever you're trying to get some glory kills. The plasma gun can also work, but it's not as effective because it's easier to accidentally kill somebody. And try not to rely on the combat shotgun or other weapons. If you combine the right weapons and skills, you can easily get a ton of health and armor back very quickly, but there are some tricks that you need to know, which I'll be going over in my next 2 tips. Tip number 5, resources per unit. Your 3 reusable skills can provide you with an unlimited supply of health, armor, and ammunition if you use them correctly. Your chainsaw and the flame belch will make enemies drop ammunition and armor respectively, and you can upgrade your ice grenade to get health back when you hit frozen enemies. All of them recharge 1 use over time, and you can also perform glory kills on enemies to get more health back than what you get using the ice grenade. But there is a catch. You get the same amount of resources from any enemy, be them fodder enemies or huge bosses, so it's best to save your chain gun for multiple weak enemies rather than using several charges to take down one heavy unit. You can get more armor shards from larger enemies provided you do a lot of damage, but each enemy will provide the same amount of health, armor, and ammunition when you finish them off. So when you're trying to get resources back, try targeting large groups of fodder enemy types instead of a single target. You can, however, get more than one resource from the same enemy, which brings me to my next tip.
Ultra Combo!
Using all your skills at the same time can provide some incredible results. Just throw your ice grenade at a group of enemies, hit them with the flame belch, and then kill off as many as you can with an AoE attack like the plasma gun's heat wave, or even chainsaw one of them. Frozen enemies drop a bit of health once you've got the upgrade unlocked, so you'll be getting health, armor, and ammunition at the same time. Same goes for using glory kills on burning enemies. Try to get as many effects going at once to get the most resources back in as little time possible. The ultimate combo that you can pull off is remembering to switch your ice grenade to throw a cluster grenade at a group of frozen flaming units. It will deal insane amounts of damage and you'll be showered in green and blue. Tip number 7. Restock with fodder enemies. Whenever you're exploring between combat encounters, you're likely to run into several zombie-like enemies that can easily be taken down. Always use them to restock your health, armor, and ammunition. If you don't have a chainsaw charge to use, just wait for a while since it recharges automatically. Okay, now for some tips that aren't specific to combat. Number 8. Invest in Sentinel crystals first. I've already mentioned this in my video on the best upgrades that you can get, but once you get access to your orbital man cave, you can use the Sentinel batteries that you pick up during missions to unlock some upgrade points that are found in some sealed rooms in the floor that's below and behind the main control room. Make sure to unlock the ones leading to Sentinel crystals first, as those will provide the most valuable upgrades that you can get. If you want more details on why that is the case, check out the video I mentioned. I will leave the link down in the video description. Number 9. The Riptorium or Demon Prison counts for weapon mastery. If you're looking to unlock a weapons mastery upgrade like the Burning Chain for the super shotgun, make sure to pay the Riptorium a visit. Anything that you do in there will count towards your progression, so hop in there between missions and pop the turrets off the arachnotrons using your sticky grenades, or get headshots for your heavy cannon's precision bolt. You should also do this with the fodder enemies that you find between combat encounters in the main campaign missions. This will make those mastery assignments much faster and easier to get than if you're trying to get them in the middle of an intense combat arena. You can also replay missions using any cheats you've unlocked to grind through weapon masteries if you want. Near the end of the game, you get a couple of mastery tokens which will allow you to bypass any weapon mastery you want, so keep that in mind as well. For some reason, I am unable to use the Riptorium more than once between campaign missions. I believe that's a bug, but I'm not so sure since I haven't been able to find a definitive answer online. If you can use it more than once, please let me know down in the comments. Number 10. Get the Super Shotgun Mastery as soon as you possibly can. The Super Shotgun is one of the best weapons in the game. You can use the mid-hook to immobilize enemies for a devastating shot at close range, or to zip around the battlefield. The mastery upgrade for this weapon is extremely easy to unlock since it requires that you use the mid-hook and shotgun combo to kill 30 enemies. If you do this with fodder enemies and in the Riptorium, as I mentioned, you will get it unlocked in a very short time. Now, why is this so important? Well, the Super Shotgun Mastery will set enemies on fire when they are hooked, so they will drop armor shards when you hit them with your shotgun once you get close. And since the Super Shotgun deals a massive amount of damage up close, you will get all the shards that you can every single time. This makes the hook the ultimate tool for running away to get your health back, since you'll be doing both in one move, making this probably the single best weapon mastery in the entire game. Okay, that will be all for now. Check out the other videos I've done if you want more tips and advice on this game. I'll be linking to them below and at the end of the video, but check out my entire channel if you want to make sure that you're not missing anything. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and as always, leave your comments down below, give it a like, and subscribe if you enjoy the content. That's all for now. I hope I will catch you in the next one.